And welcome to today's Flag Day celebration sponsored by the Rotary Clubs of Fuquay Varina. Please stand for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the national anthem. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Bob Bartolo, the 2025 to 26 president of the Rotary Club of Fuquay Varina and your master of ceremonies this morning. Welcome to the 4th annual Flags for Heroes Day ceremony, sponsored by the combined Rotary Clubs of Fuquay Varina. These flags fly in honor of, in memory of, and in appreciation for our heroes. I am happy we can honor our many heroes this way. Attached to these flags are medallions showing the name and details of each hero's service. Today, Flag Day, we honor heroes who served or still serve in many capacities. At this time, I would like to ask our own Fire Department Division Chief, Justin, and I promise I've rehearsed this word, Chief Justin Reswithal, to make a few remarks and introduce our first speaker. Did I say it right?
Good morning. Any day we can come out here and honor our flag and the people who fight for it. So it's a great day. So thank y'all for coming out. Honor Guard, thank you for your presentation. Band, thank y'all. I could go into a really long speech, but I was told to keep it short and sweet, and I'm the guy to do that for you. So I want to thank everybody for coming out, and we'll just get right into it and introduce our first speaker. Is Cadet Austin Summerlin. He's an active duty soldier in the ROTC program at Campbell University. Plans to obtain his master's degree in public health. This program is going to allow Austin to be promoted from his current rank of staff sergeant to a second lieutenant. He was enlisted in the Army in March of 2016. With his first duty station of Fort Polk, Louisiana, where he deployed to Syria in 2017. Following his return to the United States, he was stationed on the southwest border to assist Border Patrol. His next duty station was Camp Humphreys, South Korea, where he served in the 94th Military Police Battalion. Following Korea, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, as a medical instructor for tactical combat casualty. And his most recent duty station, headquarters platoon sergeant for the 36th Medical Company out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So, not to take from him, but please welcome Cadet Austin Summerlin.
Good morning, everybody. I don't know, can you hear me?
Yes.
So our little speech, I'm not super big on speeches, but I'll try my best here, okay? So yeah, it's an honor to stand before you today on Flag Day, a day that we celebrate not just the fabric of our nation's flag, but everything it stands for: unity, sacrifice, and the enduring spirit of the American people. So For the past 9 years, I've served as a combat medic for the United States Army. I'm currently still on active duty. I'm completing my Master's of Science in Public Health at Campbell University while attending RTC. My goal is to be commissioned as a medical service officer, as I was mentioned before, and combine my experience on the ground with my academic achievements and training to serve in a greater capacity to lead and care for others. But before I ever put the uniform on, I did come from humble beginnings right here in North Carolina, which is where I was born and raised. I spent my early years in group homes and foster homes until I was adopted at the age of 15. And that chapter of my life taught me that struggles don't define you, but how you respond to them do. And how I responded was dedicating myself to something greater that many Americans have done before me. The military gave me the structure, the purpose, and the family that I'd always searched for. It gave me the opportunity to help others, to save lives, and to serve with some of the most extraordinary men and women that this country has to offer. Deployments, field work, long nights, they weren't just challenges, they were defining moments that shaped the person that I am today. Now I stand here as a cadet with ambition and drive. I reflect on those who led me here, my officers, my NCOs, my peers, my friends, and my family alike. I wouldn't be here without their guidance, their patience, and their belief in who I could become. I've learned that leadership isn't about rank or title, it's about responsibility. It's about being ready to act when others can't. It's about service, not self, as many other Americans have done before me. So today, as we honor our flag and the ideals that it represents, I want to express my gratitude, not only for the journey I've been on, but for the opportunity to continue walking this path with integrity and purpose and serve this country that I love so much. I'm here because I want to lead with compassion, serve with excellence, and make a lasting difference, not just change for the sake of change, but change that truly uplifts those that I have the privilege to lead and walk beside. Thank you all, and may we continue to lead honorable lives beneath the flag that we hold so dear. Thank you.
Congratulations, son.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Austin. We appreciate your comments and support of our heroes and Rotary International. When he said service above self, fits right into Rotary's motto. Our next speaker this morning is a veteran of both the U.S. Marine Corps and the U.S. Army. Christopher Lewis moved to Fuquay Varina in 2005 with his family as an evacuee from Hurricane Katrina. He graduated from Fuquay Varina High School in 2009 and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps immediately after graduation. Chris served 7.5 years in the Marine Corps. He deployed to Afghanistan with the Marines from 2011 to 2012. He then transferred to the U.S. Army and earned his airborne status in 2016 and left the military in 2018. Chris completed his bachelor's degree in Science, Technology, and Society at North Carolina State University in May of 2020. He entered the commercial drone industry by traveling to California to fly drones to conduct power infrastructure inspections for the Wildlife Mitigation Program. And from there, Chris traveled to southern Florida to perform additional power line inspections with drones in response to Hurricane Dorian. Afterward, Chris traveled to the Midwest to begin creating digital twins of cell towers. This workflow laid the foundation for Chris's career as a professional unmanned aircraft system, the UAS, a pilot across the United States, and led him to founding the Vets to Drones program. Please welcome Chris Lewis. Hey there, brother.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Chris Lewis. As we just told you, I'm the founder of the Vets to Drones program. You may be wondering what's Vets to Drones. There's a lot of veteran organizations out here. What I see is it's a way for veterans to continue to serve by adopting 21st century technology. When I first got into the industry, as was just told, one of the first jobs I did was for wildfire mitigation in California, and immediately after into hurricane response down in Florida, in the southeast. I naturally started recruiting other veterans into the industry. My brother, being an Air Force veteran, one of the first guys to come with me on a contract, and then guys I served in the Marine Corps with, folks I went to NC State with, and started bringing them on other contracts. what we found in the industry is that it fit like a glove, right? Some of the same skills you use while in the military applied directly over to this industry. So we found a place that felt like home out here in the civilian world and gave us purpose. So establishing the nonprofit and doing continuing service using the technology by responding to natural disasters just became natural. I had a passion project based off of my history of moving here to Fuquay after Hurricane Katrina. Since Hurricane Dorian in 2020, we responded to Hurricane Ida in 2021, Ian in 2022, Idalia 23, and then Hurricane Helene just this last year, where we still have continued operations in the mountains of North Carolina and Spruce Pine. We've turned that into an apprenticeship program to continue training other veterans on these skills needed to respond to hurricanes in the mountains of North Carolina. So this program has grown rapidly. In the last month, we've had 100,000 veterans reach out in just one month. It's pretty incredible to see the interest of veterans into this industry, and we're proud to be the landing point for veterans to kind of get into this workflow. Drones are very interesting technology. If you do want to see what we have going on, please come visit us at the truck behind you, where Ben Pacheco came up from South Carolina today, former artillery officer, has his setup over there, and you come fly some drones with us and see what we have to offer. I'd like to apply some thanks, of course, first to my beautiful wife and my 4 children in the back. Thank you for coming out today as we honor our nation's flag. My mother, who's conducting the band today, who invited me to this opportunity. My father, who's back there playing the horn, born and raised jazz musician. Both of my parents met each other in the Army band, so it's pretty incredible to be here observing one of their performances again and having my children see them perform as well. So thank you, and I want to also say, since I did go to Fuquay High School, went to NC State, Marine Corps, and the U.S. Army, I want to say, go Bengals, go Pack, Semper Fidelis, and happy birthday, U.S. Army.
Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. The question was, are you going? It says here, are you going to fly some of these drones here? Or? You're going to fly them? Okay. Okay. At this time, the members of the Rotary Club of Fuquay Varina and my daughter will read the names of heroes. So please come forward.
If y'all want to come on up. Y'all want to come on up? I'm really short, but hopefully I'm loud enough that everyone can hear. Thank y'all for being here. I'm Deborah Ferris. I'm president of the Rotary Club of Fuquay Varina. We meet at lunchtime, and it's an honor to have you all here. In honor of First Sergeant Joseph Braun, U.S. Army, Vietnam. In memory of First Lieutenant Henry A. Parkhurst, U.S. Army, Vietnam. In honor of all firefighters. In honor of all heroes. In honor of Staff Sergeant Austin Summerlin, U.S. Army. In memory of Belle Barker. In honor of Bill Barker. In honor of Blake Massengill, Mayor, Town of Fuquay Varina. In honor of Petty Officer, 2nd Class, Brendan Johnson, U.S. Navy. In honor of Sergeant 1st Class, Brian Whittier, U.S. Army Ranger. In memory of Captain Norman E. Sudicum, U.S. Marine Corps, Vietnam. In memory of Chester Thomas Crane, U.S. Army Air Corps. In honor of Chris Lewis, U.S. Marine Corps, U.S. Army. In honor of Cindy Giese. In memory of Samuel Fow.
Good job.
In memory of Clarence Barker. In memory of Corporal Alfred Trentalone, U.S. Army, World War II. In memory of Captain Andrew P. Ross, U.S. Army, Airborne. In memory of Crawford Judson Reinhardt, U.S. Navy. In honor of CSM Dennis Relaya, U.S. Army. In memory of Darian Hicks. In honor of Dave Moorhead. In honor of David Ferris, dedicated husband. In memory of Sergeant Major David Ralston, U.S. Army. In honor of David Wilson. In memory of Dominic Notarantonio, U.S. Army. In honor of Dr. Xavier F. Flores, Army Medic. In memory of Edward Frank Stern, U.S. Army SP4. In memory of Frank Sansora Jr., Rotary. In honor of Gary DeBrule, U.S. Army.
In honor of George Bulerich, Volunteer Fire Chief. In honor of Gary Crocker, Firefighter. In memory of Greg Johnson, U.S. Army. In memory of Howard Barker. In honor of heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice. In memory of Jack Barker. In memory of James K. Cooper, U.S. Navy. In memory of Lieutenant Colonel John L. Trawick, U.S. Army Bronze Star. In honor of First Sergeant John M. Barrera, U.S. Army 82nd Airborne. In memory of John Pilato, U.S. Army. In memory of Sergeant John Thomas Jones, U.S. Army, World War II. In memory of Sergeant Major Jose Carpio Acosta, U.S. Army, Korea, Vietnam. In memory of Joseph S. Acero, U.S. Navy Corpsman.
Thank you, sweetheart.
In honor of Julie Bird. In honor of Justin Reebschwald, firefighter. In honor of Catherine Vance, 22 years of service. In honor of Krista Absher, U.S. Air Force. In honor of Kristen Hutchins, 23 years of service. In honor of Chief Warrant Officer 2, U.S. Army, Lester R. Stern, U.S. Army, Vietnam. In memory of Private First Class Lloyd F. Hicks, Jr., U.S. Army. In memory of Lieutenant Commander Thomas Penn French, U.S. Navy, World War II. In honor of Major General Chris O. Divich, U.S. Air Force. In honor of Mary Dominique Whittier, Army wife. In honor of men and women who served. In honor of Michael Stewart, U.S. Army, Purple Heart. In memory of Niall M. Hashke, U.S. Marine Corps. In memory of Nicholas P. Costanzo, U.S. Army, World War II, prisoner of war.
Good job. Oh, wait a minute.
In honor of Nick Dolce, Jamesburg Police Department. In memory of Alden Brown Fish Jr., U.S. Navy, OT-1. In honor of past, present, and future service. In memory of Paul Ramsey, U.S. Air Force. In memory of Pauline Levi. In memory of Ray Wall. In honor of Raymond E. Ooze, U.S. Army, Vietnam. In memory of Chief Richard Parker, U.S. Navy. In memory of Glenn Barber, U.S. Navy, EM-3. In honor of Robert G. Barber, U.S. Navy, LCDR, retired. In memory of Roland Lamar Smith, U.S. Army. In honor of Romeo Brown. In honor of Ronnie Sink, U.S. Air Force, Vietnam.
Thank you.
In memory of Norman Barber, U.S. Navy, Seaman. In honor of Sergeant First Class David Wilson, U.S. Army, Airborne. In memory of Shelby Barker High. In memory of Specialist Stephen Lee Mace, U.S. Army Infantry. In honor of Staff Sergeant Nicholas Adcock, United States Marine Corps. In honor of Staff Sergeant Jordan Betts, U.S. Army. In memory of Stanley Grabluski, U.S. Marine Corps. In memory of William R. Mark.
Thank you, David. Okay. Well, we all wish to thank you to everyone who purchased a medallion in support of our Flags to Heroes event. But you people who purchased those medallions, you are also our heroes. The Band of Patriots will now perform our military service songs, so please stand when you hear your song.
United
Space Force. We're here in the field until we reach. Pour out your numbers loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the caissons will go along. Retiring of the colors.
Cover. Colors. Left. Right. Forward. Forward. Left. 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 Right. Left.
Well, thank you for being with us today for this wonderful moving presentation in honor of our heroes from many walks of life. The Rotary Clubs of Fuquay Varina would like to add a special thanks to the Fuquay Varina Fire Department, the American Legion Honor Guard, and the Band of Patriots for the wonderful additions to our presentation. We hope you have a blessed day today. Enjoy.
Locate their medallion to the blue tent.
If you'd like to locate your medallions, they're at the table over there.